Hello and welcome to the Story Behind the Bible, where we share powerful reflections and stories from God's Word that touch the heart. Today we're diving deep into a story that often gets overlooked. The story of Ishmael, the forgotten son of Abraham. Let's begin. Who was Ishmael? Ishmael was Abraham's first son, born when Abraham was 86 years old. At that time Abraham and his wife Sarah had no children. In Genesis 15, God promised Abraham that he would become the father of many nations. But years passed, and Sarah remained barren. Out of frustration and doubt, Sarah suggested a solution. She asked Abraham to have a child with her Egyptian servant, Hagar. This was a common custom in ancient times, what we might call a form of surrogacy today. The child born from the servant would legally belong to the wife. The birth of Ishmael. Hagar became pregnant, and soon tension grew between her and Sarah. Genesis 16 verse 4 says, "When Hagar knew she was pregnant, she began to despise her mistress." Sarah, feeling hurt and humiliated, treated Hagar harshly, so much so that Hagar fled into the desert. But God intervened. An angel of the Lord appeared to Hagar, told her to return, and promised that her son would become the father of a great nation. The angel also gave the child his name, Ishmael, which means God hears. God had heard Hagar's cries in the wilderness. Ishmael and God's covenant with Abraham. As Ishmael grew, God established his covenant with Abraham. Part of that covenant was the practice of circumcision for all male members of Abraham's household, including Ishmael. Abraham was 99 years old when he was circumcised, and Ishmael was 13. But God also revealed something new, that Sarah would give birth to a son, Isaac, the child of promise. Abraham loved Ishmael deeply, and even pleaded with God, "Oh, that Ishmael might live before you." Genesis 17 verse 18. But God's plan was clear. Isaac would be the heir of the covenant. God promised that Ishmael would become a great nation. The conflict between Sarah and Hagar. After Isaac was born, tensions escalated. During a celebration for Isaac's weaning, Sarah saw Ishmael mocking. The exact meaning of this word is debated. Was Ishmael teasing? Laughing? Or was it something more serious? Whatever the case, Sarah demanded that Abraham send Hagar and Ishmael away. This was heartbreaking for Abraham. But God told him, "Do not be distressed, listen to Sarah, for it is through Isaac that your offspring will be reckoned. But I will also make the son of the slave woman into a nation, because he is your offspring." Genesis 21 verses 12 to 13. Hagar and Ishmael in the wilderness. Abraham gave Hagar bread and water, and she left with Ishmael, wandering the desert. When the water ran out, Hagar placed her son under a bush and wept. But once again, God heard Ishmael's cry. An angel appeared, comforted Hagar, and showed her a well of water. God reaffirmed his promise. Ishmael would become the father of a great nation. Ishmael's legacy. Ishmael grew up in the wilderness, became an expert archer, and settled in the desert region of Paran, near Egypt. Later, Hagar found him an Egyptian wife. Genesis 25 tells us that Ishmael had 12 sons, who became leaders of 12 tribes. Just like Jacob, later known as Israel, Ishmael's descendants became known as Ishmaelites, living in nomadic tribes across the Arabian Peninsula. Ishmael in history and faith traditions. Ishmael's story doesn't end in the Old Testament. In the New Testament, the Apostle Paul refers to Ishmael in Galatians 4, using his story as a powerful illustration. Paul contrasts Ishmael, the son of the slave woman, with Isaac, the son of the free woman, representing the difference between living under the law and living under grace. Ishmael also holds a significant place in Islamic tradition. Many Muslims believe that Ishmael is their ancestor, and some traditions place his burial near the Kaaba in Mecca. Final reflections. Ishmael was not the child of God's covenant promise, but God still loved him, protected him, and blessed his descendants. His story teaches us that even when people feel forgotten or cast aside, God sees them, hears them, and has a plan for them. If this video touched your heart, backhand index pointing right, leave a like. Backhand index pointing right, share your thoughts in the comments below. Backhand index pointing right, and don't forget to subscribe for more powerful Bible stories. Thank you for watching, and may God bless you. Until next time.